Jess Block Nerren, and we're talking with her about what this year has been like for her, a child on the autism spectrum who is then diagnosed with cancer. And before we went to break, I said I wanted to talk to you a little bit about where your strength comes from, because when I heard about what you were going through, I was angry. And I felt like a child who'd just been told that certain things don't exist, because I didn't realize it, but in my head I thought, well, you get dealt certain things, but you don't get dealt other things, that autism is some sort of protection against something else. It never occurred to me that any of our kids could have autism and be diagnosed with cancer. It took my breath away. What was it like for you? Were you angry? I wanted to say, excuse me, do-overs, as we were saying during the break, I wanted to file a complaint.
I know. When I was reading your Facebook posts and things, I was like, okay, come on, Uncle, didn't she get enough?
Yeah.
Didn't she get enough?
You know, it's amazing though, like when it was me and it was really happening in real time. I mean, sometimes it felt unreal, but I never felt like mad or angry about it. One, I'm surrounded by amazing people. Like I have the inspiration and support of people like you guys, of Autism Speaks, of Fullerton Cares Autism Foundation. There was always someone calling or texting me just going, hey, I just want to tell you that I love you. And our autism community is so strong that it helps us through anything, even unpredictable things that we can't foresee in our future, which is amazing. But I hear what you're saying, because when I've met other parents facing cancer for their children, I felt that feeling. But for some reason, when it was Royce, it was just like anything else. It was just like a bad autism day. It was like, okay, we're going to do this. We're going to get through it. We start here. We work towards here. And that was really, you know, we just took everything one day at a time. And that was what he needed. And I felt like that was my obligation to give that to him.
It sounds like you had some great doctors, too, that...
Oh, my gosh. We had the most amazing doctors.
That gave you a lot of hope. Yeah. Let's talk about the treatment and some of the things that Royce had to go through, and how maybe dealing with autism on top of that was a challenge, and how you did that. That's a big question.
Oh, no, that's a great question, because ABA, it turns out that ABA helps with everything, including chemotherapy, which heaven forbid any of us have to use it for that reason, but it's really helpful. That whole pre-mat contingency, that whole first this, then this, or not this, then not this. That comes in really handy, and our kids speak that language already. They've spent, you know, countless hours learning that language, and when, you know, unfortunately they have to receive an infusion, or unfortunately they have to receive an injection, or they have to have something, you know, he had stuff installed in him here and here. That process was actually tremendously helpful to, you know, having that language and having those tools available to us to help him. So we were in treatment on average every other day. I counted, we did 2 ambulance rides, 5 trips to the ER, anywhere between 6,000 and 7,000 miles on the car, and about 50 trips to infusion. And ABA and just that behavioral training, it was something that we were both really able to dial into. So that way, you know, we had a schedule for the day, or we had, you know, what was going to happen next, or what our reward was going to be.
Amazing. And you managed to do all of that. Plus, we would watch on Facebook, and he would go back to school whenever he could on any given day to go back to school.
That was totally him. The day he got out of the hospital, he was in the hospital for 7.5 days at first, and the day he got out, we got home at 1 in the morning, and 6 a.m. the next day, he's like, I'm ready for school. That was in him. That was just his deal, and his community supported him there, and he felt like that was something that helped him.
That routine probably really helped him a lot. That sense of stability.
Absolutely.
A remarkable kid and a remarkable mom. We have to say that.
Thank you.